Listen to this. My first bride is feisty, but I will break her spirit. She dare not move without my permission.
How quickly this new wife learned my rules. She kissed my feet gladly for a crust of bread.
I am her lord and master. Her life belongs to me, and she'll beg to keep it. This guy's sick. He hates women.
But he likes humiliation and control.
And variety. Different ages, races, body types.
By marrying these women, he owns them.
Now, that was a clip from a very special episode of Law & Order SVU, the 100th episode, and that airs tonight. Now, we're back here in the studio, as you can see, and we've got an audience filled with fans of SVU. And we're all pretty excited because the stars of the show are here today in our studio. You ready to meet them? Yeah! Okay. Please welcome the real people, Mariska Hargitay. All right. Chris Maloney. Richard Belzer. And the big boss, Dan Flores. Well, I got to tell you, these are serious fans. I mean, we put out the word on our website that we were going to do a special behind the scenes. And these are people that called in, sent in, wired in, flew in, wrote in, or whatever, to come and see you guys. So so you got some diehard fans here.
Some of them look like suspects.
I was thinking the same thing there, yeah. Especially that guy in the third row.
He's been on the show.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, I'm going to start with you. When you signed on for this project, did you think it would ever get to this level? I mean, this is a big hit. You're in the top 10 or 15 every single week.
Well, you know, as an actor, no, I think, you know, you kind of always set your head for rejection. Because that's what you meet, you know, 95% of the time whenever you're going for a job. The intriguing part was Dick Wolf. He's the head cat.
Wolf. Head wolf.
Yeah. He's the head wolf for all the series. So, you know, I thought, well, you know, this is a guy who knows how to make a success, and I think he knows how to run a show. So there's a good infrastructure there.
He's got a great track record. And he's had some very successful shows. You've done a lot of things. You've done movies, you've done television, and, you know, you're a real role model to a lot of women. Tough role for you?
Do you remember? Very tough role, very rewarding role. I think that's one of my favorite things about playing this character is that there's not a lot of strong female roles like that for women, and I have the opportunity to play this beautifully written character that I love, but also I get to impact people in a different kind of way because our show speaks to the truth of what's going on in this society, and I get to connect with victims in a way that most actors don't get to.
We got a little clip of you in action here. Can we roll that?
I can't do this anymore.
It's not your fault.
One of those victims must have killed Gorman. And the worst part is, none of this would have happened if I would have just believed Hillary.
These are vulnerable women no one would believe. You can't control what other people do. There will always be perps and victims.
You think you need to tell me that? The only reason I'm standing here is because my mother let herself get raped.
Let herself? Since when do you blame the victim?
My mother was drunk. And so was Hillary. And that's why I didn't believe her. Now these women are paying for it.
Okay, quit. Quit. Throw away the good you've done and the good you'll do over one mistake.
I watched you shoot that scene. And pretty emotional, pretty heavy duty. You do a good job, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
The big boss, Dan, over there.
Yes,
I watched you in action. And, you know, and I've been in a lot of squad rooms in real life, and you bring a certain, you know, expertise to this. I know you've been doing it a long time. You're an accomplished actor. But I've seen a lot of brutal bosses. I've seen a lot of politics in these squad rooms. But you sort of bring a human aspect to this to try to keep this team together.
Well, that's what I wanted to try to do from the beginning. I think it's got to be a balance. You know, he's a cop, he's a politician, he's a rabbi, and I think he has to know exactly, that's it's for my friend here.
Yeah.
And he has to know how to handle who, when, how, just like in that scene.
And Richard, boy, I'll tell you, you and I have been friends for a long time.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people, like I know you from being a terrific stand-up comedian. You've been in a lot of funny movies, a lot of funny stuff you've done with National Lampoon and stuff like this. But you've been in 5 of these sort of cop dramas. And how did you make that transition?
Well, I sleep with the producers. We don't have sex. I just sleep with them, rub their back, get them a drink, do the spoon. And no, I'm just very lucky. I started as an actor, and then I became a comic. Then I went back to acting. I just go wherever I can get a job. But playing Detective Munch on Homicide was an incredible thing for me in my career personally, because it opened me to the whole world of law enforcement, meeting an amazing amount of people, redefining my view in a lot of ways of our society and good guy, bad guy, the dynamics of the families of victims, the families of the cops. And so I'm just very, very lucky.
And you do a great job at it. And I know that yesterday you were up there on Capitol Hill working on something that I'm very passionate about, gun control.
Yeah, with your advice, I did. Yeah. I went down and spoke to 5 senators, and I think at the risk of being immodest, we may actually have affected some legislation that would be great for everybody.
That's what I believe. One person can make a difference. All right. We're going to get some inside scoop on the show when we meet the creative team behind Law & Order SVU as we celebrate their 100th episode.
Hear about a client, 17-year-old runaway, says some guy raped her in a dungeon.
They took me up to the room, and he called it the honeymoon suite. He had candles, flowers, cheap champagne. Then he took pictures. Sir said we were man and wife. He made me drink a toast. Then he said it was time to consummate the marriage. And he raped me again.
I'll tell you, my personal opinion, this show really sets that bar pretty high. Stay with us. We'll be right back.